everybody out there in YouTube. We are the Middle-Aged Guys, and we're going to be bullshitting about bullshit. Yeah, I don't know a nice way to put this. Let me just get the introductions out of the way. I'm the Reverend.
The theme here.
And I'm Grey Mouse 1.
You know, the funny thing is that at the beginning of this video, and we're starting this up here, I've noticed that over the last few months, probably ever since March, the launch of the Switch, that the grand majority of our videos that concern Nintendo have been overwhelmingly positive. All right. I was able to get a hold of the console at launch. Granted, I haven't been able to actually enjoy it in mass or fully until just recently. Grey Mouse was able to go ahead and get a hold of the console at launch. He's got quite a few more games than I do, and the theme hasn't gotten a hold of it, but he has been around us while we played Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. He's played Puyo Puyo Tetris, and he knows what the console has to offer and everything else. So, generally speaking, whenever we've been talking about Nintendo over the last few months, the videos have been more or less positive. The moves that they've been doing, and the things that the way that they've been positioning themselves in the industry has been, for lack of a better term, rather ingenious, and they've been playing the hype that their marketing machine has allowed them to very, very well. That all started to change yesterday, all right? And maybe just a little while before that, because even though the Nintendo Switch has been very successful and everything, there's still those naysayers, there's still people who are concerned about certain things, of which I will say many of those things have been addressed, maybe not to the best of the ability that Nintendo could address them to, but they have been addressed. And those are things that we're going to cover in an upcoming video, all right? But this particular thing that went ahead and came out and, was kind of leaked out and was dropped on everybody today has a lot of people scratching their heads. We know that when it comes to the games that Nintendo is putting out, Splatoon 2 is one of the big major releases that's going to be coming up on the horizon, all right? When it comes to multiplayer games that they're going to sit there and carve into a space for the Nintendo Switch, you have ARMS and you have Splatoon 2, which Nintendo has been doing a full court press on media and trying to market it out. Well, if Nintendo, especially if we're going by the promotional materials that they released all the way back when we knew the NX officially as the Switch, all right, Nintendo is trying to push Splatoon 2 as their first-party entry into the esports scene and everything else, then we know that unlike how they treated it with the Wii U, that it's going to have to involve voice chat for team players to go ahead and communicate with each other. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to voice chat, this is something that has been along and has been present in gaming consoles ever since, 2001, 2000 with the first Xbox, all right, and the original Halo or Halo 2 was when they included voice chat. I know co-op for the original Splinter Cell, I think even before Halo 2, had voice chat where you could sit there, you could talk to the other agent while you're playing co-op through missions and stuff like that. So voice chat as a technology is not very new. This is something that the industry has been part of the console, part of video games for over 15 years now. Let's just be honest. So the offering that Nintendo they put out for Splatoon 2, when Hori unveiled the official Splatoon 2 headset for the Nintendo Switch, and the convoluted setup, as you will see in one of the blank spaces here, all right, it's just mind-boggling. What were you thinking, Nintendo? All right, I mean, I don't want to sit there and set the tone, and I don't want to bury the lead, but I'm looking at this thing, and the external breakout box for the headset, that's nothing new if you've got a higher end headset. I mean, I've got a set of Turtle Beaches, and I've got a set of Tritons that both have an external external box. But guess what? One's a 5.1 headset, the other one's a 7.1 headset. That's the reason why I have that there, okay? But I sit literally this close to my PC, all right? This is my game space. I'm 24 inches away from my screen. But what they have set up for the Switch, all right, for the fact that you have to be tethered simultaneously to your Switch and your cell phone just to enable voice chat and multiplayer is honestly really, really puzzling. And I'm going to stop right here. I want to go ahead and open up the floor. I want to get your guys' thoughts and everything. This is the only time. Okay, I'm going to make this disclaimer for all of us so we don't have to waste another 2 minutes saying it. We're fans of Nintendo. All right, we are big fans of their position in the industry, and all of us will make the claim that, as the theme has said before, you owe your gaming life to Nintendo. When it comes to innovation and the things that they set up for the industry, there is no other first-party publisher that has contributed more to the video game industry than Nintendo. All right, the only one that could have come close to it would have been Sega, but guess what? They're completely out of the fucking console business. All right. So when it comes to first-party publishers and contributions to the industry, nobody comes close to Nintendo. But in their long history, we know that they're not infallible. And this particular thing, this particular setup, this scenario that they've created for online voice chat is just, it's confusing. If I'm being nice about it, it just doesn't make any sense. What are your guys' thoughts on it?
Gray Mouse, you're the only one besides the Reverend that has a Switch here. What are your thoughts about this? Go.
Well, I'll just say this. What the fuck were you thinking, Nintendo? This technology has been out for 17 years.
Longer than that.
Longer than that.
Longer than that. But go ahead.
Because if we're talking about 2001, look, I mean, I don't understand what they were thinking. I don't know why you have to, I don't understand why you have to be tethered to your fucking cell phone. That's beyond me. Do they not have the ITs at Nintendo to run a Nintendo network that could fucking have an online service? Is it because they're charging only $20 for their service? Is it because they want to keep their service cheap, that they're not wanting to go all out on a voice chat or an online service that would work? Nintendo, this is not the answer. It's not. It's not the answer to voice chat. And on top of that, what's going to happen to people's fucking data? If they don't have the unlimited plan on the cell phones, you're going to have people being charged $500 phone bills because they're playing online. I mean, how is that going to work? A lot of question marks. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. And the fact that this requires zero innovation. Zero. The technology exists already. You don't have to do no innovating. It's already there. Hello, Sony. Hello, Microsoft. I mean, come on. Seriously. It doesn't make any, it doesn't make any sense. 0 cents. And I am looking forward to this Splatoon 2 because I played the shit out of the first one. It's a fucking fun-ass game. But if I have to be tethered to my fucking cell phone, 4 inches up to my TV, no! No!
So the scenario is basically this. You're going to have your console 2 meters away from you. You're going to have your cell phone pretty much 2 meters away from you.
Less, if the reports are correct, less than 2 meters away from you. More like 1 meter away from you.
As the Reverend alluded to, what if you're playing at home? What if you want to use your voice chat at home? That means that your Switch, you're not going to be able to have it in the dock on your TV. unless
there's an extension.
Wait, but
Well, why do you have to pay more for an extension? Why do you have to pay $15 for a 5-foot cord?
But the Switch has USB ports on it.
It does.
So, I don't understand. Look, again, I'm the only one in the party that doesn't have a Switch.
And you know what? You know what makes this even worse? Is back in 2001 when Microsoft was just starting, they had a fucked up little thing that where the shit goes into your controller.
Yeah.
That was shit. And Nintendo's answer to that?
That was at least a couple of yards long.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But the Switch, wait, so the Switch is a wireless thing anyway. But you're gonna have to have.
Maybe that's what they're trying to do. Is they're trying
that's the
part
I don't understand. Wait, but that's the part I didn't understand. They didn't even have this to be plugged into your Joy-Cons, your controllers, or whatever. They had this thing to be plugged into your console.
Well, the Joy-Cons don't have any.
I know.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. All right. Here's one thing. All right. I'll go ahead and I'll put out in front of everybody. Okay. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, well, that just shows that the Switch is a piece of shit console that's underpowered. It can't even handle fucking voice chat." Look, voice chat can be handled on your fucking toaster. Okay. Literally, there are smart toasters out on the market. All right, that can handle voice chat. Okay, that have enough hardware to handle voice chat. The Switch has enough power to go ahead and handle it in fucking spades. It doesn't take a lot in order to handle voice chat and everything. But what I will blame Nintendo for is that they created a scenario where they wanted to go ahead. The only thing that makes sense to me is that from the very beginning, when they said that a lot of their online and their voice chat and their game lobbying and stuff like that was going to be tethered to an application on your smartphone, that tells me that they want to offload a lot of, a grand portion of liability and a grand portion of their infrastructure off to their, their cell phone app partner, DNA, as far as what was going on. The problem with this, though, is that the solution is not elegant. It's impractical and it's very, very clunky, all right? You're like the thing went ahead and he brought up. There are USB ports on the side of the dock. You're telling me that you couldn't stick a wireless USB dongle that could sit there and relay, to something else that could connect up to your fucking phone, an app on your phone, or anything else?
Wait a minute. Look at the scenario that I'm doing here. Okay, I got my cell phone, my Dreamcast, and I'm trying.
And the thing is that
what kills me is this. What really kills me is this. They have wireless everything now.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a wireless mouse, and you have a little piece that goes into your USB port in the back of your computer for it to work. So you can put something into your cell phone that can do, or you could just use Bluetooth. I don't understand why the cord has to be there. Oh
yeah, I don't. And it's not like the Switch doesn't have Bluetooth.
That's what I'm saying.
Involved. I can understand when you're playing it
already.
Yeah, I can understand when you're playing it in the kickstand mode, or if you're playing in portable mode. If you sit there, you have the headset plugged straight into the thing, because guess what? The 3.5 millimeter audio jack, that standard has been around for almost 100 years.
Yeah.
So when it comes to that and everything else, I can understand that going through that just makes sense. It's already there. But it just seems like, and Grey Mouse, you brought this up when we were talking offline, that this is a third-party product that's made by Hori. But Nintendo is the one who's set up the infrastructure, and they're also the one who's put out the requirements as a first-party publisher that their voice chat and their game lobbies and everything else is going to be attached to an external smartphone device. So they've created this situation where it's going to involve this. My problem is that, you know what? If I can sit there, I can sync this up to anything else that's Bluetooth enabled. I could create a Bluetooth bridge. Hell, I could actually print off of my fucking phone.
Yep.
You know, if I go ahead and I do a Bluetooth bridge to my PC that's hooked up to a printer. All right, it's possible to do that. You know.
In Nintendo's defense, though, I think when they were sitting in the room with the design or whatever, that they decided to tether this to your cell phone, is I think what they were going for and failed miserably, obviously, was the mobility part of the whole thing. I mean, everybody has a cell phone in their pocket nowadays.
Well, and the thing is that I agree with that, and the funny thing is that if their application is made smart enough, it should be able to pick up the Bluetooth signal from the Switch and sync that way. That's how I was imagining it. Yeah, I could have a wire coming out of this, and this could sit in my pocket. All right, this could sit close to me. But you're telling me I need that fucking mixer box, that breakout box that needs to be connected to the fucking Switch also?
Even worse than that. This is what makes it even worse than that, is that Microsoft Xbox has an app on the computer where I can go to my Xbox Live account at any time I want to and access it. There's no excuse for this shit, Nintendo. There's not. You have Bluetooth fucking cell phone or I'm so frustrated right now. Headphones. You got Bluetooth headphones. You got Bluetooth. The fucking Switch has Bluetooth on it. You could skip the whole wires. Now, again, like you said, it's a third party. If Nintendo hears this feedback from people, maybe they're like, "Ooh, yeah, maybe that's not a good idea after all. Maybe we need to look at this differently and actually make the app." I mean, I don't have a problem with the app being on my cell phone. I really don't. I can't.
Oh,
your audio.
Wait, hold on, team. Go ahead.
Wait.
Go ahead. Yeah, we can hear you for a few seconds.
Okay. No, what they're going to do is have a Switch Slim.
No.
That's how they're going to correct all of that. But wait. So during this scenario, what if you received a phone call or a text?
Okay, wait a minute. Wait. I'm not hearing that because this ain't the 1980s where you fucking get hung up. Like you can either be on the internet or using the cell phone. No, I'm not hearing that.
No, that's valid because the thing is that
it's not going to. Everybody has call forwarding.
No, that's still valid because the thing is that depending on how they set up the app, and I know this from working with a mobile app developer, is that if your app drops priority on the cell phone and it goes to the background, depending on what you're on, it may drop, it may disconnect.
It depends on your settings too.
Crashes during gameplay.
It depends on your settings. I mean, whether or not you prioritize the open app, because I could do that on my cell phone. Everybody could do that. Now, whether or not that's a good question, but I can't really hear that in this day and age because
you still have to consider it though, because the thing is that primarily this is still supposed to sit there and allow you to sit there and actually talk to people. So
in all honesty though, man, I mean, who uses a cell phone to actually talk to people now?
Fuck you, I'm not hearing that. Fuck you, I am not hearing that. Okay.
Everybody's on the internet now. Google's right here, baby.
Next time I hear somebody sit there and say voice chat is fucking obsolete, that just makes me, tempted to reach through my fucking phone and punch him in the face. Really, that is so fucking stupid. Just because your mommy and daddy didn't sit there and teach you how to communicate to your fucking siblings, all right, while you were growing up, or maybe you're an only child and you didn't know how to fucking communicate to your fucking classmates while you were growing up, doesn't mean that voice chat is fucking obsolete. This is called communication. It's vital for human fucking survival, all right?
Yeah, okay? We're social creatures. We're social creatures. But anyway,
just saying.
To get back, we're coming off on a. Anyway, Nintendo could have done this a lot better. I mean, there's a lot of things out there.
They could have done this feasible.
The technology's there. I mean, You could do it like a smart glass. I hate using that word. You could do. There's so many other ways of doing it. You don't need a 80-centimeter cord. You know where you're choking on it because it's so small you can't even.
I think my trouble with this, just like everybody else who's in this particular video, is that there's a few things that we have to sit there and acknowledge, especially us as longtime gamers. Guess what? Voice chat over the internet, during versus play or co-op play, has existed for over a decade and a half, almost 20 fucking years. All right. Not only that, but the other consoles have already used existing technology to go ahead and create and offer simpler, more elegant solutions.
Here's the question. Here's a question that may blow this out of the water. Is Nintendo scared to adopt another person's idea? Because Nintendo is a company that says we innovate, we innovate, we innovate. So is this the real underlining reason for this? Is it that they don't want to take somebody else's technology and make it their own? Is that a possibility?
Unfortunately,
excuses or anything, but
unfortunately, I think they've kind of painted themselves into a corner. Because the thing is that DNA as their mobile application partner, okay, there are certain things that they have contracts with them to go ahead and set up. All right. Look, if Nintendo was willing to go out of their way and adopt USB-C, all right, which is going to be the next universally accepted port, all right, out there. Because the thing is, guess what? It's as fast as DisplayPort and fucking Lightning port, but it's not proprietary to fucking Apple, all right? If they've been willing to go ahead and adopt that, and also micro SD cards and everything else, I don't think it's a situation where, they didn't want to use readily established technology. Somebody in their boardroom, all right, said, "Hey, look, we have to leverage this particular partnership that we have with our other our second party mobile guys that we have partnership and contracts with." And it's really kind of painting them into the corner. Will this persist? Is there going to be another third-party publisher that's going to find a different solution? Because, some bigger publisher out there like EA or Activision or somebody else, if they want to come up with something else, they can feel free to do that. Whether or not they actually do that is something else. And, oh, God, just you fucking bringing that out is pissing me off. Fuck that bullshit. Oh, God. Oh.
So, to bring this back, I'm trying to bring this back again. So you're saying it's more of a contracting obligation with their partner that's actually causing this problem. That it's not Nintendo as a parent, as Nintendo itself, that somebody, like you said, there's a board, somebody on the board says, okay, I got stock in DNA or whatever it is. I got stock in this, and we have to, I'm sorry, guys, we just have to make it work with who our partners are. And unfortunately, what happens is the gamers or the consumer loses.
I think that's part of it. You go ahead, Theme. Go ahead, Theme.
But wait. This is okay. Look, just like when I pointed out with this thing here, you're telling me that certain ideas wouldn't have came about. That's like when this thing came out, it had no headphone jack. Its predecessors did.
Yeah.
With the Nintendo Switch, voice chat has been out for decades.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me they didn't think of this ahead? And again, 2 USB ports on this bitch.
No, they thought of it ahead because back when it was codenamed NX, what's his name? Reggie.
Wait.
He was talking about it.
Wait. Remember the iPhone 7? It didn't even have a fucking headphone jack either.
Yeah.
It had an adapter though.
So fucking no. When you're planning shit like this, or even if you're at the board of directors or anything like that, and when you're designing plans.
But see, the problem is is contracts. Contracts is a nasty, nasty subject because
Yeah,
you cannot go outside. If you have a contract with somebody, you cannot go outside that contract. This is what you and the second party agreed upon, and it's just it is what it is.
I think the only thing that's the only thing that kind of makes sense with me as far as falling into this particular scenario. All right, because like the team pointed out and reminded everybody, which got me really fucking mad, was that they neglected to include a 3.5 millimeter audio jack on the GBA SP. Okay. And my God, Nintendo did not hear the fucking end of that. People are still going on about that today. We still go on about that today. Okay. So it's not one of those things where it was like the hardware capabilities aren't there. Like we said, there's USB ports on the side of the Nintendo Switch dock. Okay, there's a USB 3.0 port. If they want to go ahead and hook up a USB 3.0 fucking hub with all these really high speed wireless, dongles and devices and stuff like that, they are more than capable of doing that. I think what happened was that, they went ahead when they did the whole mobile thing and they decided to go into that, part of their partnership with DNA, or maybe there's other developers that they're partnered with, that are providing these applications and things like that. Unfortunately, they're locked into that. Okay,
I agree.
So at this moment in time,
that's the only logical explanation.
Yeah,
this thing had no belt snaps to it.
Yeah. But it's even more aggravating than that. Your belt has the belt snaps, but guess what? In order for you to wear the belt and to actually have it closed, you have to go ahead and get an extra fucking clip that connects to the belt that you wear around your fucking pants, okay? And if you don't have a belt around your pants, then you got to go ahead and tie it around your neck. Otherwise, you're fucked.
What's really frustrating for me is just I don't mind having headphone on and a cord. I really don't. I mean, we've been doing, like you said, we've been doing that since 2001. That whatever. That's fine. That's not the point. The thing that kills me is that it's got to be tethered to your cell phone, tethered to your
console.
To your console, and then tethered to your not Bluetooth,
but
tethered.
Exactly. And these cords are not long.
No, they're about that long.
And here's the thing, all right? If I go out of my way, if I have the Horde kit, all right, which the headphones themselves, they look great. Okay, in fact, back of the neck design and everything, I like that and all of that, It looks great and everything, but the problem is that if I'm playing Splatoon 2 on my big TV, okay, and it's got after adding up the lengths of cord between the Switch and my cell phone and then myself, that means I can't sit more than 4 feet away from that thing. I've got a near 70-inch fucking screen in front of me. I'm at this close, I can't see the whole fucking TV.
You could be watching one section.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean that you're going to have an extra HDMI cable or whatever from your dock to your TV.
Yeah, it's just.
You're going to have your dock sitting in the center of your fucking living room.
Yeah, so I got to get myself like a 15-foot HDMI cable.
Actually, that would probably be the cheaper route versus buying all those extensions. I'm just saying.
But I think. I think our grand thing with this particular thing, where I am disappointed most, is that this is not new technology, and there are readily available examples in all other corners of the video game industry that shows there are other solutions that are available that are a lot more elegant and work. Okay, here's the thing. It's not even an issue with this because
that's what people.
It's not even an issue with this because guess what? People will get themselves their own headset, all right, hook it into the audio jack like they normally would, and they'll download something like Discourse or Skype for their phone, and they'll get everybody on voice chat on that, and they won't have to worry about it desyncing out or not staying in sync with gameplay or anything else, as long as they're able to sit there and all stay within the same chat, and at that point they'll be connected over Wi-Fi. That's a lot of people are going to be doing that, because not only is it simpler, but it's also going to be a lot less convoluted, and it's going to be a lot more. At this point, I'm going to assume that it's going to be a lot more reliable. Well,
what's fucked up too is that you got to have it all connected to get audio and video. You can't just, I'm just going to bypass the headset thing. You can't just go straight to your phone and then put a phone jack into your. No, you have to have that whole setup. All three of those parts get together and work with the units.
You just reminded us of that. That's hilarious.
I mean, so you can't. It will not work other than. And again, like we said, this is the third. And we want to say that this is a third-party peripheral. We have not had. I'm sure Nintendo will release a first-party peripheral.
They better do something that's way better than this, or else
they have to. I mean. And then one thing that I did say that I want to bring up again, Reverend, that I said offline as well, is that if this is the way you do things with the voice chat and all, the attachment rate between Splatoon 2 and the headset will be non-existing. People are just going to play Splatoon 2 without communicating. I mean, they did it for Splatoon 1, and they sold 4.6 million copies of that game. So the attachment rate is not going to be big.
Or they'll get their own headset, they'll do Discourse or fucking Skype over their cell phone.
Exactly. The attachment rate is not going to be, you're not going to want to see it. It's going to be...
I want to go ahead and make that particular distinction right now. We're not hacking the game, but goddamn, this setup does not make sense, okay? And even though it is a third-party product that's bringing this out, we will recognize, all right, like I said, as positive as we've been over the last few months about Nintendo has been doing fucking great. It looks like they've been hitting everything out of the park. They're the ones who created this scenario, all right? And they're the ones who have created these requirements. So,
well, Nintendo still haven't learned their lesson about peripherals. I mean, look at the history of the NES. That's all you got to do. You got Rob, you got the fucking running pad, you got the SP. You got all these things. The fucking no. Look,
Reverend, you want to go on a tirade about the SP, but
all I know is that I have a mental picture of Ben Heck installing a Bluetooth dongle onto fucking Rob, so I can go ahead and use Rob and my Switch to communicate wirelessly online.
That would be great, but I don't think Rob can actually catch what's on your screen, right? Has to be.
Yeah, no. All he needs is a dongle. I mean, he's got room in that empty fucking head of his to go ahead and do that. So that's all I'm saying. All right, but before we go on tirade, and really we're this fucking close to doing it. All right, especially myself. Like I said, it's mind-boggling right now, and I think everybody in this video can concede and agree that this just doesn't make sense. And unfortunately, with all the advances in technology since 2001, and with all of the readily available examples of this working in general use across all of the competitive platforms, this doesn't make sense. Hell, Nintendo was able to put out a headset for the first DS that was less complicated than this.
We haven't even touched on the PC Master Race, on how they play competitively. Hello?
The thing is that, it's simple right now, because the thing is that most of the games that are made for that have it either integrated, and the thing is that the hardware itself, it's just readily available. All you need is that 3.5 millimeter jack, But before we go on for another 40 minutes, and we really can very easily, we're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap this one up right here. We want to know your thoughts, folks. I know I really want to see somebody make sense out of this and present this and sell this to us. All right. In a way that's logical, really, okay? I'm not counting on it, but I know you're out there. Somebody is out there who can make sense of this, all right?
You can't sell this to me.
Look, No, all I'm saying is that there's somebody out there who can make sense of this. All right, if you can make sense of this, we want to hear it. Okay, what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on the product? What are your thoughts on the way that Nintendo is handling this? All right, what are your thoughts on our thoughts on this? All right, we want to know. You could go ahead and tell us your thoughts by leaving us a comment below. All right, while you're at it, hit like, hit subscribe, hit dislike if you want, because we're actually poo-pooing on Nintendo. Guess what, folks? We are not fanboys. We do not play fucking systems. We play games, all right? And this shit right here, all right, a spade is a spade, and God's honest truth, this is bullshit that does not make sense, all right?
Nothing is above scrutiny.
Oh, hell no.
Especially in the gaming industry, so fuck that.
And I have probably put more hours on my Nintendo Switch than I have in any other fucking console over the last fucking year. Okay, over the last 2 weeks. Okay, but this does not make sense to me. All right, so we really want to hear your thoughts. Like I said, leave it in the comments below. Hit like, hit subscribe, or hit dislike if you want. At least you're telling us that you've actually watched the fucking video. All right, and I'll give that to you. All right, but all of our bullshit about this bullshit fucking headset setup that they've got that they think is a good idea ends right here. Yeah, it ends right here, because otherwise I'm going to go on for another 40 minutes. All right. With that, we are the middle-aged guys. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
And Gray Mouse 1.
Once again, for the benefits of common sense, logic, and gaming. But look, if you couldn't sell this to me, you're not going to be able to sell this scenario to me. It's just fucking no. Credits.
The situation is it's like me wanting to go ahead and have sex with my wife, but having to go over across the street and paying my neighbor to fuck her for me, but I'm going to be fucking him through the ass while he's fucking my wife, so I can go ahead and feel something.